This is the sixth lesson on Python turtle drawing and also the last one on this topic. So in today's lesson we're going to look at selection. We'll move on to selection in just one moment after we've had a look at our knowledge organizer recall questions. So last lesson we studied procedures. You need to answer in your e-portfolio, why do we use procedures? Also from this unit you need to explain what is an input. And then if we think back to the Scratch unit, what do we mean by broadcasting in Scratch? What is a broadcast in Scratch? And then thinking back to eSafety at the start of the year, what is phishing? So you need to answer those 4 questions in your e-portfolio, and you can pause the video while you do that. Hopefully we now know that procedure is to do the same code. So the same code does not have to repeat itself, so you can run that procedure over and over again. And information or data is entered by the user for processing is what input is. A broadcast sends a message to the whole program, so it's giving a message is the answer for what is a broadcast. And phishing is getting personal details to get money from an email scam. So it's catching you out, it's hooking, giving you a little dangle of maybe entering something, it catches you, and then it gets your personal details from that. So it's like phishing in real life, but it's spelled PH, phishing. And it's to catch you out really, it's to hook you in and get your personal details. So moving on to today's lesson, we're going to look at selection in programming. So selection is when we can make a choice. So we can choose it to go this or select the other option. I'm going to show you how to write a procedure and use selection to produce a final product. And then eventually we're going to move on to creating some more complex procedures and patterns based on using procedures and selections. So we know why we use procedures. It's to make our programming more efficient. And we're going to look at using selection today. As we go through this, you need to put evidence in your work, add it into your e-portfolio, and you need to show how selection has been used in programming. So we're going to start off with this little programming challenge. You're going to make a new procedure called snakebit. And from last week we had the procedure, so we've got def, which is defining the snakebit program. So this is a procedure. Remember, open brackets, close brackets, colon. And then we've got bob.left 90, bob.forward 25, bob.right 120, bob.forward 50, bob.right 120, bob.forward 50, bob.right 120, bob.forward 25, bob.right 90. And then we're telling the Python program to run snakebit procedure. So after we've defined it, we're telling it to run it. And what we should have is a little bit of code that looks like this. So I can click run module, and hopefully what we get is a shape drawn on screen. Just wait for it to catch up and run that. And here we go. We just get the triangle drawn, which is what we're looking to create there. So that was the first section of our Python coding. After that, we're now going to make a procedure called curl left with this sequence. So we're defining a new procedure, defining curl left, open brackets, close brackets, colon, for I in range 20. So it's iterating, it's going to repeat this 20 times. Bob.left 5, so it's turning 5 degrees left. Bob.forward 5, so it's moving 5 pixels forward. And then it's drawing the program we had before of snakebit. So we add that to what we've already got before. So here we are. This is the first bit where we import our turtle. Then we've got our snake bit. And then we've got our curl left. Be careful with the indentation. So we've got one indentation. And then because we've got a colon here, we've got a second indentation. And at the end of the curl left, it's then going to draw the snake bit, which is this code. And at the end, the program, once everything has been compiled, it's then going to run the curl left. So procedure will start with curl left, so it'll do this, then run the snake bit. Let's have a look what happens when we run this little bit of code. So it opens it up. And here we go. We've drawn the triangle. It's turning left. And we can see that our drawing is being created. It's running through that. Just move that to one side so we can see what's happening at the same time as our code. So we can see it's iterating through 20 times. It's telling it to be done 20 times. So it'll draw 20 of these. And this is our snake that we're drawing. So it's the first bit completed. Right, the next section. Just move this out of the way. So we've drawn this so far. Hopefully you've not had any errors. If you have had any errors, you've been able to fix them. I'm now going to get you to draw a section that has curl right. So it's very similar to the curl left, but you need to tell the shape to move 5 degrees right as you go through that. And hopefully you've got something along the lines of this with your procedure. So you've got a defined curl right, open brackets, close brackets. And you can add in the hashtag red comments to explain what is happening to your code and explain your code as you go along. So this is what we've produced now. We've got our procedure for snake bit, which is the triangle. We've got our curl left, which is when we get the triangle to move 5 degrees left and then draw itself, and curl right. And we've got exactly the same there. So we've got in our program so far 3 procedures or 3 sub-programs. So we've got our snake bit, curl left and curl right. And then we can tell it at the end, when I just move this on a little bit, and we'll just have a look at the next slide. When we're telling it to put it all together, we can draw this part of our snake. So after we've got our import turtle, after we've defined our snake bit, after we've defined curl left and curl right, we can then tell it to draw curl right and curl right, curl left, curl left, curl right, curl left. And this is how we create this shape here. As an extension task, what you can do is you can tell Python to be a particular color, and therefore you can change your snake to whatever color you would like to. We then move on to another challenge. So we're going to program needs to use the user to keep writing the name of the procedure. So what we're looking to do is instead we could end up with errors. So we're going to try and avoid having these errors. So we're going to use selection now as a way to input a number to tell the snake what to draw, so whether to go left or right. So we're going to add a new procedure in here. So we'll define choice snake, open brackets, close brackets, colon. For I in range 3, we can change this number 3 later to get it to iterate or to repeat more or less times, probably more. Print, enter 1 for curl left and 2 for curl right. So we're going to have something appear on screen now, a message, and saying enter 1 for curl left and 2 for curl right. We do need these speech marks. And then we're going to have a choice. So choice equals input, open brackets, close bracket. If choice equals 1, it's important that we have 2 equals here. We're not defining a variable. We're saying if it is the same as a 1, it will run the curl left. Elif, and this stands for else if. So elif choice equals 2, we will tell it to run the curl right. Else pen up. So we then have a choice and we tell it to run the choices snake. So what we have now is here is the code. We've got our import turtle. We've defined our choice snake as we've got here. And then we've defined our 3 bits of code. So we've got our snake bit, we've got our curl left, and we've got our curl right. And at the end of the program, we tell it to run the choices snake section, and then we tell it to curl left. So let's just run module. And this will take a little while to run because there's a lot of code going on here. So just let it load up. Might pause for a second. Here we go. So the first thing I have is in my shell here. It asks me to enter 1 for curl left and 2 for curl right. So what I'm going to do is just bring this to the side so we can see what's going on at the same time. And I'm just in here going to type a 1 and press enter. And we can see that the snake starts drawing to the left, so it's curling left. And it will repeat this 20 times. That's what we've got. If I just move my head out of the way, that's what we've got here, where we're curling left. And it's moving through this for eye in range 20. So it'll draw that 20 times. It might be easier if I just moved this bit of code over so we can see what's happening. So that's drawn 20 times. So I've now got a new question here. It's asking me if I wish to enter, it's just off the screen, enter 1 for curl left or 2 for curl right. This time I can put a 2 in and press enter, and it's now going to curl the snake round to the right. Again, it's repeating that 20 times. We've got for eye in range 20, so it's doing it 20 times. And after that, it'll ask me for the choices of the snake, what it wants to draw. So that is iteration. And I just need to wait for the program to finish. I can kill the program by clicking escape. I think I'll just wait for it to finish. There we go. And there's the third iteration. So I'm just going to close this and let this close down. Just move that out the way. And then we're moving on from that. So hopefully you managed to get your snake to draw. So you can now, as an extension, use a count controlled loop to call the choice snake 20 times, and use a conditional controlled loop to ask the user how many times they would like for that to be repeated. So instead of putting a 3 in there, in how many times we're going to ask for the instruction, you can have a count controlled loop like we did previously. And if you want to change the snake head from the triangle to a different shape, you're more than welcome to give that a go. The next stage then is to create a pattern. So for eye in range 70, so we're going to repeat this 70 times. Square, open brackets, close brackets, t dot right 90. So what you need for this is, first of all, you have to define what square is. So I've just drawn a basic square here. And for eye in range 70, square, open brackets, close brackets, so it's running the square program, bob.write 9. And again, when you run this program, you will end up, when it does run it, it'll just appear in 1 second. Here we go. So it draws a square and it's returning right, see how many degrees, so we can see both at the same time. So it's turning right 9 degrees and then drawing another square, and it's going to repeat that 70 times. So you end up with quite a fancy little shape being drawn just by a series of squares being drawn on the screen. So you can experiment a little bit with this and see if you can create some more impressive shapes than this. But you can see how this has been drawn just by squares over and over again, with each square turning right 9 degrees to move it onto a new position. So that's what we've got there, and that'll carry on until the full 70 squares have been drawn, which is any second soon. And then the turtle will stop drawing. I'm going to kill the program before it ends, just as it will carry on all 70. It's just drawing over the top of itself now. So that was the square that you've drawn, and we're then just looking, hopefully you've created the pattern similar to this. Just a couple of questions to go through now. So you can have a look here. What does this bit of code do? And are you able to make this code more efficient? So the next shape is lifting the pen, moving forward 60 and putting the pen back down. Can you improve on that code? This is what it's doing. It's drawing a square. The next shape is lifting the pen, moving forward 60 and then drawing a square again. Picking the pen up, moving it 60 and then drawing the square again. Hopefully you realise that that was what it was doing. And then you can do something very similar for iron range 3. Can you make this code more efficient? There's a challenge. And then you need to answer in your ePortfolio, what do we mean by selection? Hopefully you've got something along the lines of a decision where choices need to be made, usually using if statements. What do we mean by an operator? And this is when you use symbols in your coding such as greater than or less than or equals to. This one here means not equals to. When you have an exclamation equals mark, it means not equal to. And a logic error, hopefully you have an answer for a logic error, is when the program works but doesn't create what you intend it to do because logically you've made a mistake. So there's nothing wrong with the coding, it's just that it's got human error in there to make a logic error. So you might have used a multiply instead of divide, you might have told your drawing to go left when you meant right, you might have told it the wrong distance to move. So although it works, it hasn't quite worked as you had in your mind. So you do need to save your work as you progress, make sure all your work's in your ePortfolio, and remember to submit your ePortfolio so that it can be marked.